Here are 10 people who only hit the big time after their death. Who knows, it could still happen to you. Top 10 famous people who never existed. 10 Joyce Carol Vincent. Chilling story of Joyce Carol Vincent. News and history. Debt collectors made a gruesome discovery after breaking into a flat in North London. A decomposing skeleton lay on the sofa surrounded by half-wrapped Christmas gifts. Dental records confirmed the deceased as Joyce Carol Vincent, aged 38. Shockingly, she had been dead for 3 years, and in that time, no one had reported her missing. Joyce's lonely death garnered just a few headlines. There was little information about Joyce, so Morley began to place posters around London and in the back of cabs, appealing for anyone who had known her to come forward. After an abusive relationship, she retreated from the world until her body was found in January 2006. Morley contacted Joyce's family, but they all refused to talk. Aged 26, he died from an overdose in his childhood bedroom, and that could have been the last anyone heard of Nick Drake. But in 1999, his track, Pink Moon, was used in a Volkswagen commercial and within weeks had entered the Billboard Hot 100. A new generation of fans discovered Drake's music and began to download his 3 albums. The record company who had stopped releasing his music after Drake's death produced a remix album, and sales quickly overtook the 4,000 albums Drake had originally sold in his lifetime. 8. Adrienne Shelly. Director Adrienne Shelly. On her inspiration, Waitress, is an uplifting Broadway musical, but audiences may be unaware of the tragedy behind it. Actress Adrienne Shelly wrote, directed and starred in the original 2007 film about Jenna, a pregnant waitress at Joe's Pie Diner. Just months before the film's release, Shelly was found dead at her New York office, hanging from a shower rail. Construction worker Diego Pilco later confessed to killing Shelly and staging her suicide after the two had argued about noise from building works. Had she lived a few days longer, Shelly would have learned that Waitress was to open the 2007 Sundance Film Festival. The small-budget film became a cult hit and took $23 million at the box office. In 2013, a musical version was planned with songs by Sarah Bareilles. The show opened on Broadway in 2016 and can still be seen in theaters all over the world today. Her husband, actor Patton Oswalt, was determined that her life's work should not go to waste, and along with crime writer Billy Jensen, sifted through hundreds of boxes of her notes to finish the book. It was called, "I'll Be Gone in the Dark," a phrase which the killer had whispered to one of his victims, and was published in 2018. Just 1 month later, Joseph DeAngelo, a former police officer, was arrested and confirmed as the Golden State Killer. Michelle's first and only book became a New York Times bestseller and was followed by an HBO documentary of the same name. It told the victims' stories and that of Michelle, with her words providing the narrative. 6. Jonathan Larson. No Day But Today. The story of Brent. Playwright Billy Aronson wanted to make a modern version of Puccini's opera, La Bohème. He needed a songwriter, and found Jonathan Larson, an aspiring composer working as a New York waiter who began to write hundreds of songs for the project. Over 7 years, Larson crafted a groundbreaking musical called Rent, set in New York's Lower East Side during the 1980s AIDS crisis. Thanks to Listverse, where I can find new articles and share with you here. Source link is in description. Go and check it out.